It's not a tumor. It's a baby. We saw Junior, so you know what that means.
How did Schwarzenegger grow a baby in his belly? Rock a rhinestone vest while ripping Justin to Kelly. Or maybe see a burlesque show with Nick Crow and take a boat with speed to hitting cruise control. J-Man, Big Paul in the beautiful June. Gonna take you from the goob all the way to the room. Ran the games of Street Fighter, helped to blow off steam. Just a sucker punch the odd life of Timothy Green. Sharknado to Birdemic, how we staying alive. They call it in the badass and he's on the line. Cranking 88 minutes cause they cool as ice. Cause a bad Jim Varney looking kinda nice. Paul and June getting literal, Jason is getting laid. June is making sure all the monkey shots getting paid. They judge a bunch of movies while they making the grade. Here's a real question for you, how did this get made? That's a good look, Haru.
What's that smell?
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to Matinee Monday, a video series that I host on my YouTube channel where we go through old episodes of How Did This Get Made. Since Stitcher Premium is no longer, this is the only way to access older episodes, clips of older episodes, before they are put away for a little bit until they come out again. We don't know when. We're working on a plan. But anyway, let's talk about today's movie, which is Junior. Now, if you are an old school fan of How Did This Get Made, our original poster for the show was a parody of the poster for Junior. It was a pregnant me, I believe, and Jason and June were like looking at my belly. Now, for our 100th episode, we decided we would do Junior, our namesake. And here's the thing. It's not that bad of a movie. It's not that great of a movie. Roger Ebert gave it like 3.5 stars. He said Schwarzenegger is amazing in it. Jason definitely disagrees. Here's the thing. It's a pretty good movie, but it could have been better. I want you to listen to a clip of all of us pitching our rewrites. And if you're confused, Junior is about Arnold Schwarzenegger carrying a baby. Danny DeVito, it's like a sequel to Twins, but not really because they're different characters. But Danny DeVito makes a man pregnant. Schwarzenegger said he hung out in OBGYN offices studying women. Weird. And so that's the premise, if you needed to know this. And now here are our rewrites.
What's fascinating about this movie is that, let's say you take a movie that is a romantic comedy about like a mismatched couple trying to suffer through a difficult pregnancy. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
What's the Molly Ringwald movie that's about this? She's having a baby.
Oh, yeah.
And
Some Kind of Wonderful.
Do not malign Some Kind of Wonderful. Mary Stuart Masterson.
Amazing.
My future wife.
They shot Untamed Heart on my block. I would go leave my dorm just to see her.
What? That's awesome. But what this movie gives us is that same kind of storyline, very emotional, hormonal woman and very kind of stoic, difficult man, only it's DeVito and Schwarzenegger as the couple. They move in together, they're living together, but yet, Schwarzenegger's becoming more and more and more of a woman. It's bizarre.
But again, this is, all right, a quick rewrite of this movie would be this.
Go.
Okay. Schwarzenegger is a guy who doesn't care about getting women pregnant, doesn't care about women, just cares about the money and the drugs. Like,
oh, yeah.
Right?
Doesn't care about women, just money and drugs.
Because he's the one who's like, he's so focused on his job, right? Because then when he would have the baby, he would then learn, I need to be a better bedside manner.
Okay.
And then I feel like Danny DeVito would want to be the guy who is always wanting to be a dad and never being a dad, which I think is kind of what he is. But the minute Schwarzenegger gets pregnant, DeVito doesn't really want him to be pregnant.
I think the only clean rewrite of this movie is that Schwarzenegger is the guy who's sort of the womanizer and never wants to settle down, treats women like shit, but then he's working with this scientist, Emma Thompson. He's the money guy. She's sort of the heart and the science one. And it's about their relationship.
Well, I would agree.
DeVito needs to be cut out of the movie. The character does not make any sense.
Well, I agree with that. I went into my pitch knowing that the studio is like, Twins was a hit. We need to put them back together. And this movie was probably written.
Here's my pitch.
Go.
You ready? The movie unfolds as June says. It is.
You got to put them in there. That's the only
Here's
reason
the
why
thing.
this movie
It's
exists.
Schwarzenegger
Okay.
and it's Emma Thompson.
Sure.
Okay? He gets pregnant and has the baby at the end of Act 1. That baby is Danny DeVito.
Love it.
So
Little
Okay.
man crossover.
Now,
Love it.
Now what we've got is we've got a Danny DeVito in a diaper running around like crazy. He's all misshapen and troll-like because of the drug. So we believe it. He's more. The drug caused him to be more advanced. He's
Love
totally
this.
verbal. He is delivered.
It's like Mork from Ork.
And there's a thing. You watch the C-section happen where he comes out of Arnold's stomach like an alien chest burster or whatever, straight out of Arnold's stomach, or like when the episode of It's Always Sunny when he emerged naked from the
Yes.
sofa.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like that. Only pretend that's Arnold's belly. And that's it. And that's the movie. It's a straight-laced scientist and a womanizing
Love
man
that.
trying to raise a monster baby played by Danny DeVito. Home run movie.
That's a home
Eat
run
shit.
movie. I didn't realize we could really reinvent the entire plot. I was just trying to take what we had here and reshape it. Now you guys really opened it up.
It's called We're Having a Baby?
We're having a DeVito. This is also one of those movies where you will never know a character's name. You're just like, oh yeah, Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
DeVito, Emma Thompson. By the way, this movie is full of faces of very talented people that went on. Like Christopher Maloney is in this movie.
He has one line.
One line. He is a guy that Danny DeVito seems way too excited to explain how the jerk-off room works. He's like,
And there's
yeah.
so many pornos in there.
So many, because we got the latest pornos and the latest
and magazines. Yeah.
Why would you need the latest? As if you couldn't just jerk off to some old
I
classics.
I get that. I wouldn't want to go in and be like, ugh, I've seen all these.
Can't get hard to these
there
old
were
pornos.
rows and rows and rows.
It made a porn store look
was like
like
a
small.
bookshelf.
Like, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. If I don't want to go into a jerk-off room and be like, oh, Tracy Lord's videos? No, thank you.
Well, here's the other thing. If you want to know what caliber of joke we're talking about in this movie, because there are not many, the biggest jokes are like when Schwarzenegger jerks off, he produces a cup with like, oh.
No, that's
No,
urine.
that's
that's urine. I know, but he also had.
He does have a jerk-off scene. Is it a lot?
It was a lot because he does it twice. That was the callback. The urine's a callback. He goes, whoa, big load. And then he goes,
He
that
does
was
say big load
He
at
does
one
say
point.
big
that I-
load.
Disgusting.
There's a lot of like really dirty language in this movie that I was surprised by.
Schwarzenegger did not produce a comical size amount of semen, but it is a large amount. I remember looking at it and going, oh, they probably said like, oh, it's Schwarzenegger.
I gotta
Give
look.
him, like,
I gotta compare my
like, it
load
was
to
like-
Schwarzenegger
like,
load.
I would say it was like over 2 inches, like
But
in
that's
a
a
cup.
2 inches of cum? No.
Yes, it was a big cup.
You know, he was like, on set, he was like, no, put more in. I want people to
I'm
know.
glad to know that though, because I was baffled by the shot of his urine sample. And
You mean the half gallon of urine he produced? You mean like a large Gatorade bottle of urine that came out of his body?
All right, so if you want to listen to Junior, wherever podcasts are heard, just look for How Did This Get Made, and you will find that Junior episode up right now. Take a listen to the full episode, and you can find all of our episodes wherever you get your podcasts at How Did This Get Made. We are back here every Monday with Matinee Monday, giving you a little sample, a little taste, a little teaser of what's in store and these old episodes that we have pulled out of the vault. Thank you for watching. Join us again next week and like, subscribe, do all the things that you do. And if you listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, make sure you follow us. And if you're running out of podcasts, listen to Unspooled as well. Me and Amy Nicholson dissect the best movies of all time. Bye for now.